How to make a fully automatic Minecraft Bonemeal Farm in 1.17. The original farm concept was by Elmango, but his was really massive, so I made a very small version for you guys. So we're going to begin by making a 7x9 platform, 2 blocks in the air, just like that. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So while I'm building this, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed and left some feedback on this tutorial down below. We're really close to 200,000. And now we're going to get some scaffolding, hop up on top right here. And we're going to overlay this with another set of stone right on top. I'm just using stone right here because it's what I had, but you can also use dirt for this very beginning part. And once you finish that, you should have a platform of stone or dirt with a platform of whatever blocks underneath it. Then we're going to make one more row right here at the back, and then a row of trapdoors that are opened in front of them. And it should make this little row right here in the middle as if it's a railing for you to walk through. Our water will go here later. And now on the opposite end from that, we're going to get some composters, put them down here at the bottom, and then let me get my scaffolding back. We're going to put our hoppers on top of these. So just get a couple and make sure they're pointing directly down on top of the composters, just like that. See, the funnels are pointing down. So now we're gonna need to get our blocks and make an outline all the way around the farm, but not on the side with this stone wall right here. If you're wondering why there's new camera angles, it's because Minecraft 1.17 just came out and there's no replay mod yet. And when you're finished with the walls, it should look like this. And don't forget this third row down here on the outside of the wall. Make sure the stone's covered up so nothing flies out. We're gonna go down here, get our scaffolding, and we're going to make a row of furnaces right here on the bottom, just like this. And so now I'm gonna get some more scaffolding, go back up. And now we're going to make a row of pistons facing down 2 blocks above this right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. So we do have this built right now. I don't know why I placed these, I'll break those. We're going to have a row of blocks come out of them just like this on the side, like that. And then we're going to go out, pick up this block, and extend it one more. So we should have this really weird shape right here. And now on the side of the scaffolding, we're going to place a block and have another row right here. And I know this looks a little confusing, but it shouldn't be too bad, just like that. Gonna climb up here, oops, break all the scaffolding. Now on the bottom of these blocks, we're gonna put a row of normal pistons facing towards us, and above those, a row of sticky pistons facing towards us. And when you're done, it should look just like this. All right, so now we're gonna go around back. I guess we can break these scaffoldings while we're here. We don't really need these two anymore. We're going to line up with the back of the wall in the center, right here. We're going to jump and place a block below us. So you can see this is lined up with the center. We're going to move it to the right one, break the one we just had, and then place a dropper facing towards the middle, just like this. So now we're gonna get some hoppers. I'm gonna place 2 pointing out of the dropper right here, and then make them go all the way under the composters, but point them at each other. So you can see, because of the resource pack, the little arrows are pointing this way. You can see the funnels are pointing this way, and this points into the dropper right here, just like that. So now out of the back, we're gonna make a little 2x3 platform like this. We're going to have a redstone comparator come out of it like this. Make sure that this little light is off, and just right click it. Have a redstone repeater with 1 tick delay. Redstone dust right here. A block next to this dropper. And another redstone dust on top. And what this does is if I put a bunch of blocks in here, I should just start spitting them out until they're all gone. So now all we need to do is run a water elevator that goes up from here and over to the front. And so I'm gonna use moss blocks for my temporary blocks to represent the water. We're just gonna go straight up and then up 3 past the wall right here. See, we're 3 higher than that wall. And now we're just gonna go over to the front until we stick out 2 from the front. So we're almost there. 1, 2, just like that. And now I want to encase this whole thing in glass, but only on the sides and bottom. So only on these areas right here. Recently, I created a new YouTuber SMP, and I've been streaming survival on there every day pretty much. So if you want to go watch it and hang out with me, check out my Twitch in the description. So here's what my tunnel looks like so far, just like that. But now we need to go back inside. So I'm gonna place some scaffolding and climb up. And now once we're in the center, let's get about here, yep. We're gonna place a block down, and you can see it's 3 blocks from all the walls. And we're going to place a moss block on top of that. And now one block closer to the hoppers, we're going to place another block with a dispenser, not a dropper. Make sure it's a dispenser facing towards the moss block. So you can see if I break this, the little face is looking at the moss block. Then we're going to have a dropper, which has the arrow face, point down at the dispenser like that. And then we can build up again. And we're going to have a hopper point into the top of this, just like that. And I can understand if that's a little bit confusing. So let's go back up top here. And now we need to have our reset for the water elevator. We're going to put whatever kind of ice you have. I just have blue ice because it's probably the best for this. And then above that, let me get some more scaffolding real quick. We're going to, above the blue ice, we're going to put a sign right here to stop the water. You can write something on it if you want. I'm going to break all this moss now, and we're going to fill this up to fill our water elevator. I believe a hoe is the fastest thing for breaking moss, but I could be wrong. So let's place a water right here. We're gonna need a new water. You can see that runs all the way to the edge. We're going to place a new water on top of this moss, and it should run just until it hits the sign. So now let's dig out all these mosses. I'm gonna go down here. This might be a little slow, but I should have enough breath. One more. Now going to get kelp, and we're going to build it all the way up to the top. And then that should make them all source blocks. So now if we break the kelp, the soul sand should make it a water jet now. And then one last thing up here, we want to make sure there is one block right above this so that items don't just fly out. They hit this and they travel down the water stream. So now over here is going to be our chest system. Let me get some more scaffolding. I'll just go down here like this. Gonna go up and make a little spot to walk on right here. Should be plenty. Just make a little area. And so now we're going to break this, and we're going to have chests all along the side. Actually, I guess I probably should have left it there. Gonna have a double chest, and then it's a little bit difficult with the scaffolding. Go up more. Chest right there. That's probably plenty. And then we're going to replace this one with a hopper that points into the chest, and then another one below it, and another one below it. And now you can have a bunch of your bone meal all pile up through all these chests. And then I'm going to fill this back in with a piece of glass right here. And let's break this block. Scaffolding is so annoying. So let's get rid of all this scaffolding right here. Let's get all that. That's nice. And now we're going to go, let's get rid of this stuff too. So to make all this redstone easier, we're going to go out 2 blocks from the wall right here. You can go back as far as you want. We're going to go up 3 with the scaffolding, climb up, and then just make a bunch. All right, this is the scaffolding I made. It should save us a bunch of time. We're going to start with a 15 tick timer, which is going to be these 4 squares like this. And then you're going to go up in the corners and in on the sides, kind of like a weird sandcastle shape like this. And now we're going to get our repeaters. We're going to have 3 4 tick delay repeaters and 1 3 tick, because 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3, is the 15 we're looking for right here. However, we're going to get our pickaxe back, and we're going to replace these 2 with a observer and a slime block. So observer, slime block, just like that. Then we're going to go back to where we placed this first scaffolding right here, and I put my pistons away. And you're going to get a sticky piston and place it right here facing towards the slime block. And then you can get a lever and put it here. And this will turn the farm on or off. If I flick the lever, we have our timer start going. Flick it again, and the timer will stop. So now we need to go back to our pistons over here. We need to place a redstone dust at the back of these blocks all the way, and a normal block on top of these pistons all in front of us like this. And now we need to get a repeater and put a 4 tick delay repeater facing into each of these blocks right here. Now we're gonna have to run around to the other side from the water thing above us. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, just like that. All the knobs are there farthest apart. And by the way, if you're ever doing a bunch of repeaters, always look at it from the side like this to make sure you don't have anything messed up, just like that. So now we're going to go back down here, and we're going to go up a couple, and we're going to bring this over again. The scaffolding's actually pretty nice, I take it back. We're going to get a redstone torch and place it into the side of this first block, and then run redstone dust all along the rest of this right here. So again, it should look like this. You have a redstone torch on this first one, the rest are redstone dust. You have the repeaters on top, blah, 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 the blocks up there. So now if you run this for a second, that should make sure all the stone gets put into the right place and that nothing will break in the future. All right, so now let's go back down here and we're going to replace this bottom corner block of the 15 tick timer right here with the sticky piston that faces up. And this will make what's called a monostable circuit. We're going to place a block facing away with a repeater right here. And that's going to point into a block, 3 normal blocks, and then up again. So it should make this kind of a U shape right here. I'm going to have a sticky piston facing in on each side and redstone dust in the middle right here. So now I'm going to need to get some more scaffolding, go up a bit. We need to go on top of this, and we're going to place an observer anywhere on this line facing with the red dot up, just like this. We're going to make a 2 wide pillar in front of the observer like this on top of the sticky piston. And now we're going to make a 3 by 2 going out of it like that, kind of like a weird like foam finger shape like that. We're going to have redstone dust, then a 2 tick repeater, and then a block. And then pointing into this block will be a comparator, 2 redstone dust, comparator, redstone dust. And this should make a nice little pulse extender to get everything timed properly. Get all the scaffolding back. Now we're going to have a 3 by 2 platform like this. I should probably break these blocks under the moss. Whoops. Go back up here. We're going to have a 2 tick delay repeater right here. And the rest is just going to be redstone dust. Now I'm going to get a piston. It can be normal or sticky, doesn't matter. I'm going to place it right here, pointing out of the repeater. So anytime something grows on top of the moss, this piston will just break it so we can keep growing and it doesn't get in the way. I'm going to link up this redstone dust together like this. Now we're going to run it over to here. I'm going to put a block with a redstone torch. And then where this torch is should line up with the trapdoors. We're going to place blocks all along the trapdoors. There is glass in my way. And we're going to place redstone dust on top of all these, just like this. So now we need to place a water bucket inside of all of these trapdoor blocks, just like this. It's a little bit tricky from this side, but it's not too bad. Just make sure you get all of them, or you could even probably skip them and it'll make a water source. Yeah, that works. Go through there. All right, that should all be water now. So let me get out of here with scaffolding. And don't worry about losing it, the water will just push it back up over there and we'll pick it up in a minute. Then in the center piston right here, we're going to place a bucket of lava. Oh, I did almost forget. In front of this block, there should be a 2 tick repeater. That is my bad. So I went and got some bone meal, and how this farm works is that it produces bone meal and then reuses it. So put as much bone meal as you can into these, and then once these things completely fill, you'll start getting all the extra that it doesn't use. So if you can fill it all immediately, then you'll start benefiting immediately. But if not, you'll have to wait for all these to fill up and then you'll start collecting the excess. Whoops.